So that's one way to introduce people to a brand, is to get them drunk. Another way is to follow a trend line. And we're going to hear about that from Daniel Sullivan and TumericALIVE in just a second. The reason we're having this is that every year we see a number of beverages that tie their reason for being to a single ingredient. Coconut water, maple water, aloe water, chia, palm. They all rely on the particular characteristics of that ingredient as the major selling point. We think that TumericALIVE has done an outstanding job going from a bicycle to major markets, taking a highly unconventional ingredient type and putting it into a CPG format. It happened that the owner of the company understood that the spice itself, turmeric, is just starting to enter public consciousness as a functional product as well. So we've invited Dan to give a presentation to us on how companies that are relying on nutritional qualities of ingredients as their key selling point can make those properties clear when building out a CPG brand. It's a fast-growing, hot company. Please welcome Dan Sullivan.
Thank you, Jeff, for that kind introduction. My name is Daniel. I'm the founder of TumericALIVE. I'm going to speak today about an ingredient-based brand, an ingredient-based experience, and what it takes to transform a traditional ingredient from your spice rack into a multifunctional beverage. I have about 40 slides for you today, so they're going to be moving pretty quickly. Keep an eye on the monitor. The name of this presentation is Uncompromising Vision, Lessons for Educating While on Trend. To begin, I'd like to give a little background on this beautiful ingredient, this very sacred herb, this wonder root, this ancient superfood, this nutritional powerhouse called turmeric. Renowned as the spice of life, it's a 10,000-year-old ingredient. It's a principal herb in Ayurveda. It's a principal herb in the healthy living for millions of people across the globe. It's adaptogen, which means it's balancing. It's highly intelligent food. It's strategic food. It was used as a natural food preservative for thousands of years before refrigeration because of its antimicrobial properties. It's been used for thousands of years in ritual and in ceremony. Turmeric is a very sacred plant. It's used in wedding ceremonies in India. It's used in rites of passages. When a woman is married, she's covered in turmeric for prosperity, for blessing, for providence. And when a child is born in India, the first thing it experiences is turmeric on the tongue for blessing and for protection. This is a photograph of my baby Elias in a bed of turmeric. Turmeric is a tropical ingredient, so it's equatorial. It's most diversely expressed in India. Growing wild, it spreads across Thailand, into Burma and Indonesia. The world's most predominant turmeric production comes from India, and there are hundreds of varietals. Turmeric varietals are part of a giant Zinzerbaceae family. The yellow and red varietals most commonly found are botanically known as curcuma longa. Other varietals include mango, black, acacia, zeodary, and curcuma xanthorrhiza. Varietals offer a wide range of color, fragrance, and functionality. So the question is, how do we unlock this ancient wisdom, this culture, this opportunity? What does it take to transform an ingredient from your spice rack into an ingredient-based multifunctional beverage. This is our TumericALIVE set. This is our product offering. The keys to understanding your ingredient: unlock its ancient wisdom. Establish a relationship with the ingredient. This is fundamental. Showing up, cultivating it, cooking with it, growing it, planting it, harvesting it, honoring it, serving it. These are pictures from the farm I was working on in Hawaii. I was very fortunate from a manufacturer's perspective to have very intimate foundational experience with my ingredient. It was that foundational experience that allowed me to understand the level of integrity and the level of ingredient quality that I needed to launch successfully. 5.5 years ago, I went to Hawaii to study organic farming, and I ended up on a turmeric farm where I absolutely fell in love with this ingredient. My passion for turmeric has been unwavering ever since. Everywhere I went, I carried fresh turmeric with me, talking about it, sharing it, growing with it. It was a love affair. It was building momentum. I was developing and cultivating a very rich relationship with my ingredient. So connection is the key. Now when I think of turmeric as my boss. Turmeric drives the boat, and we have a very healthy working relationship. This is who I work for. This is who I serve. I work for a plant. I don't work for empty promises. I work for thousands of years of time-tested adaptogens, highly intelligent strategic food that enters the body, finds healthy cells and empowers them, identifies weak cells and removes them. My mission is to facilitate the highest quality organic non-GMO turmeric to the people without compromise. And this is what I do every day. This kind of partnership, this kind of relationship is foundational for an ingredient-based company. When you create that kind of commitment to an ingredient, it's so powerful. It carries a lot of momentum. It opens doors, especially when considering the kind of significant transformational power that comes from an ingredient like turmeric, an ingredient with such profound worldly influence, such legacy, such history. So establishing a very strong relationship and a strong commitment to the ingredient develops real momentum and a real recipe for success. The potential to unlock an ingredient comes from the commitment to the ingredient. Turmeric is a nutritional powerhouse, and it's a principal herb in the healthy living for millions of people across the globe. So connection is the key. When starting an ingredient-based beverage brand, it's important to ask, what makes a featured ingredient marketable? Functionality and trend. In the case of turmeric, the functionality is such that it supports and complements very healthy, active lifestyle. It supports optimized performance, sports recovery, going deeper into your workout and recovering faster. When looking at the trend of turmeric as an ingredient prior to the conception of TumericALIVE, the current market environment of my ingredient was such that it was expressed primarily in supplement. TumericALIVE was able to capitalize on a rising awareness and traction from supplement. Launching a turmeric-based beverage brand 5 years ago was perfectly timed for the marketplace. A marketplace which was primed to move from a capsule format into a beverage format. Recognition helped propel turmeric into the 10 top best-selling supplements in the country. So it's that same recognition that helped generate awareness for early adopters of TumericALIVE. According to Nutrition Business Journal, turmeric supplement sales reached 108 million in 2012, with projected sales to reach 235 million by 2016. At the same time opportunity was growing through awareness and vitamin, there was a movement towards organic, whole food, cold-pressed, ready-to-drink. So the convenience of drink your functional ingredients, and in the case of TumericALIVE, it was drink your herbs or drink your adaptogens. These were innovations in intelligent food and innovations in strategic food that were gaining traction. So unlocking an ingredient which was once understood in the format of capsule and migrating that to the platform and the opportunity and the convenience of RTD. We capitalize on the rising awareness. We identify attractions in other channels. We explore and identify the functional ingredient in other spaces such as vitamin, mineral, and supplement, because understanding current market environment and the traction of functional ingredients is key to going to market in a new format. Increase the boundaries to where those stretch for functionality, and drink your herbs. Likewise, there were authorities, there were influencers, there were champions of this beautiful ingredient, turmeric, as a superfood. These pioneers really helped to generate awareness and interest in turmeric and curcumin for us to go to market strong. These authorities, in my opinion, were Dr. Andrew Weil, Tom Newmark, Dr. Oz, and Dr. Joseph Mercola. These were influencers who were researching the ingredient, advocating the ingredient, endorsing the ingredient with enthusiasm and with charisma. First-to-market advantage is absolutely critical when taking a new ingredient to market. If you can unlock a traditional ingredient and bring it to market in a platform that is new to the consumer and do it first, that is golden. It's absolutely golden, and it's essential to success. TumericALIVE was the first brand to launch a turmeric-based beverage and to do so successfully on a national scale. When going to market, we ask ourselves, what is our target audience looking for? What experience is a functional beverage consumer looking for? In the case of this shopper, it's a 12-ounce vegan elixir and a succulent. That was a joke. Here is the TumericALIVE experience. We offer a very complex, layered flavor profile where you can taste every ingredient. Our flavor profile is designed around symphonic adaptogenic herbs in combination. The accessibility and bioavailability of turmeric is accelerated by the synergy of the whole food ingredients in combination. So what that means is the functionality is accelerated by the combination of adaptogens. The beautiful whole food ingredients are working in symphony with one another to improve their own performance. In and of themselves, these ingredients are fantastic. But when you combine them, you accelerate their efficacy. This is very esoteric. This is ancient wisdom. This is about high-efficiency functional food, just like HPP. It's about getting the most out of your food. This product is a great example. We call this pure prana. In Ayurveda, prana is the intersection of breath and life. This concentrated whole food shot delivers 16 grams of cold-pressed turmeric, ashwagandha, holy basil tulsi, yerba mate, ginger, cardamom, mint, lemon, sea salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper, coconut nectar, cinnamon. This is sports recovery, $4.99 retail. This is yoga in a bottle. Transparency, creating consumer trust by listing the whole food ingredients right on the front label. A strategic and intelligent way of communicating with the consumer. You'll notice in the functional beverage space, there are many other successful players doing just that. Adopting the same transparency, very simple packaging, and just listing exactly what's in the product right on the front label. That's what the consumer is looking for. That's what the educated consumer wants. It's convenience, it's transparency, it's honesty, and it's real. Geometry and packaging. Early on, I wanted to create an element of sacred geometry and energy that would magnetically draw the attention and capture the interest of the consumer. So we developed a mandala schematic around the concept of a piece of turmeric. So essentially, it's the cross-section of a piece of turmeric. When you break a piece of turmeric, we designed an image that mimics that, and we put that on our front label. And that's what you see on every bottle. Other important attributes: USDA organic ingredients. Non-GMO, very strong and trending. Cold pressed, so using hydraulic presses to extract juice, low friction, as opposed to traditional juice extraction which causes friction by accelerating centrifugally the juice. HPP kill step, high pressure, low temperature. These are all key attributes to functional beverage success. Traceability to the soil. This is an important attribute and one that we're very proud of at TumericALIVE. Connection, transparency, and traceability to the volcanic-rich soils. We've been working hand in hand with organic, family-owned and operated farmers since the very beginning, and it's been essential to our journey and essential to our story. We're with our seeds from when they're planted until when they're harvested. We embrace our farmers. We visit them. We break bread with them. We incentivize them. This is about relationship with the farms. It's about story. It's about authenticity and creating an experience for the consumer. Working with real farmers and growing with them. This is all part of the journey. This is what enriches the journey. This is what the consumer is looking for. This is what key retailers are looking for. A great story and transparency. Featuring and offering a beautiful varietal when there are hundreds of varietals out there with very challenging flavor profiles. As a manufacturer, it's about not compromising. It's about offering the highest quality organic ingredients. Local. Consumers love local. They want to support local economy. TumericALIVE is local to the Northeast. New York City is our home. Manhattan is our backyard. We started in the basement of a church on the corner of 9th Street and Avenue B in 2009. We poured our first year in business 80,000 bottles like this. And we capped 80,000 bottles like this. It was a lot of carpal tunnel. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. We commissioned Amish craftspeople to build customized refrigerated bicycle carts, a fleet of them that we pulled up and down the street to the mom and pops, to the health food stores, to the yoga studios, to the bodegas. Our invoicing system consisted of carbon-copied invoices for services rendered that we tore off. We flew by the traffic. We avoided parking tickets. We pulled into Whole Foods loading docks, some of the busiest stores in the country, and they received us with open arms. We had a great beginning in New York City. We're really proud of our roots here. It's important to launch strong with your community support. Northeast is a great region. What product is the best friend in grocery? What makes a successful product in grocery? A product which establishes lasting relationship with target consumers, one that sells itself with energy, with sex appeal, with charisma, with vitality, with integrity, and does so without making any health claims. Very early on, TumericALIVE identified the yoga vertical, the yoga industry, as a key target audience and early adopters. It was an intuitive fit for me personally because of my own yoga practice. Yoga, literally translated, means union. Yoga in the US is an ever-growing industry. A recent study called Yoga in America revealed yoga to be a $10.3 billion industry annually combined between yoga equipment and classes, with a 5.4% annual growth rate. From 2008 to 2012, yoga participation went from 15 million to 20 million, a 29% increase over 4 years. Yoga was one of the few industries to sustain growth in both revenue and profits during the economic downturn. It's 82% female. These educated yogi consumers are the same consumers shopping at key retailers looking for highly differentiated, innovative, functional beverages. So from a manufacturer's perspective, ask yourself, how much of this audience do I want to capture? How am I going to do it, and what am I going to communicate? TumericALIVE being very focused on the yoga vertical, we developed a campaign called Yoga in a Bottle. What Yoga in a Bottle speaks to is the invitation to experience through the format of our drink, yoga. We're establishing communication with the consumer. We're speaking to the ancient wisdom and the esoteric practices Healthful practices, the power of yoga and the opportunity to be a better person through the experience of an ingredient-based functional beverage. That's yoga in a bottle. Creating a mystery of wellness and ancient technology through the format of an RTD. This is our Yoga in a Bottle logo. Yoga in a Bottle is capitalizing on rising awareness and a growing trend with the target consumer, which is educated and is the same consumer shopping at key target retailers. This is an example of our brand strategy applied. These were the first bottles we ever made in 2009. This is our current brand extension. We have 9 different elixirs, 3 different pack sizes, and 17 different SKUs. And we're ever growing. We have plans to launch several new items this year. Our vision is to build a lifestyle brand rooted in turmeric. And here's another cameo of little baby Elias with his baby laser vision. It's all about discovering, establishing, and nurturing relationships with the ingredients, with the farmers, and with employers, and with employees, with vendors, and with advocate consumers, and with the brand. Capitalize on the trend, unlock ancient wisdom, and capture lightning in a bottle. Thank you.
Dan? Here, let's stay up here for a second. So I want to make a really clear point, which is that for entrepreneurs, we're talking about passion, and you see it going through every bit of the bottle, every pedal on the bicycle, every picture. When you're starting out, the one thing that we keep hearing again and again is be the brand, live the brand. So I want to thank you for showing us how to live the brand. That was terrific.
Thanks, buddy.
And we're going to be back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow with Kevin Klock from Sparkling Ice and Talking Rain, and with Janie Hoffman from Mama Chia. And now we get to have some cocktails, and let's all have a great evening. Thanks very much.